Hi guys, welcome to my op-ed audio presentation. So my news story is based on post-Britain and the reality of Brexit. For this design, I've decided to come up with two different ones, just an idea. A magazine cover and a newspaper cover. For my magazine cover, I found one of JFK, Kennedy, President USA. And his one is based on 50 years later, Kennedy's legacy endures. I'm going to have pretty much the same layout that you see on that magazine cover, but I'm going to change the features of it so that it links into my story, which is going to be about Boris Johnson and Brexit, like decision making. So I've decided to change the title, but have a similar title in like a similar layout of the title. And that's going to say Post-Britain and the Reality of Brexit. And it's going to have a massive picture of Boris Johnson instead of JFK and 4 pictures going down. There's going to be a quote just below the picture of Boris Johnson, and that's going to read, "Some people think that Brexit, is the end of the world. It's not. On the contrary, it's a massive opportunity for this country." And then I'm going to have like a story, just like a short story, similar to the one that you see of JFK on there. And on the side, on the right hand side, I'm going to have 2 small stories to match the layout. And at the bottom, I'm going to have 4 just short, brief summaries of a local news, a nation news, a sports news, and entertainment. So for local news, you can have something like, in my local area, there's just like gangs or something like just hospital. And for nation, you can have something like celebrity or like the Queen. Like the Queen is very nation, just something to do with the royal family. Sports could be like a football game, and entertainment could just be like celebrity based. Like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is popping at the moment. Great show, recommend it. What I want to do with the pictures on InDesign is just lay it out in a way where they blend in the photo, not have like a sharp edge. So I think that's something that I'm going to have to play around with for the magazine cover. I've put the 3 photos I'm going to use at the bottom of like this Boris Johnson one, England leaving the puzzle of the EU, and a decision-making one. I feel they link really well to what I'm going to discuss. For the newspaper cover, I have the Telegraph, which you can see on my spread. And I'm going to have like a similar design to that one. So if I go for this cover, it's going to be more newsy and less chill, because magazine is very like chill. And we are going to have a big photo of Boris Johnson, which is going to be the same one I wanted to use for the magazine. It's just the one of Boris Johnson standing with a hammer saying, "Get Brexit done." And we're going to have like the magazine, just the magazine UK Today, which is what I wanted to name it, just in the middle of the page, drawing attention to that. And then we're going to have other stories surrounding it. So like on the Telegraph, you see "My son saved my life." I'm going to have a different story and caption it the same way that they captioned it, and have like a little mini picture, ads on the sides, and just mini bullet points of what I'm going to be discussing there. Something I need to focus on InDesign is how I'm going to lay out the colours, because as you can see on this one, there's a lot going on with like the ads is red, the blue, the black, and the Boris Johnson. So that's something you're gonna have to Photoshop the picture so that it lays out carefully with the newspaper, like the color blend in, and just making sure the bottom looks more of like advertisement, not mixing into the frame. I think that's definitely something I'm gonna have to focus on the InDesign. Also, the advertisements on the sides is going to be similar to the magazine cover. So on the other one, on the magazine, I had 2 small stories. So on this one, I'm going to have similar to that one. I think on here it says, "Teenagers approached by a stranger driving car, former town tailor dies." So you could pretty much have the same stories and just figure out the design for it, which one I wanted to use, a magazine or a newspaper. What colours I really wanted to do in either or, so if it's a magazine or a newspaper, is include blue, black, red and white, only because it focuses on the Union Jack, and that kind of links to Brexit because we're leaving, and EU is blue and yellow, I believe. So that kind of signifies like our own movement, Britain leaving, like we're our own type thing. So I think that's definitely something I'm going to focus on. In regards to like the layout and like the font that I want to do, I know for my headline I want it to be big and bold, and then have like a smaller font for like the writing. Maybe something like, I searched up, I think serif fonts are commonly used. I think that would be an amazing one, and it gives more detail to the actual pictures. When you have like less of a, less of a depiction on the text, it draws attention to the pictures and the headline, which is mostly what we want for a cover. That's all.